You know what's so funny? I saw a video last night on TikTok that's going viral. It said a woman can either have standards or be in a relationship. I saw that on TikTok. You either gonna have standards or you gonna be in a relationship, child.
Based off my personal experience, you either gonna have standards or you gonna have a man. But you ain't gonna have both.
Now, I don't believe you should lower your standards. I'm not saying that. But I believe to some extent you have to compromise. I think you got to compromise just a little bit. You may not can have it all. Maybe he provides, he gives you all of the things, but he might be short and not attractive. He may not be the cutest guy. He may not be the most handsome. Or he can have it all, but he may not be 100% faithful. There's always a but. Even with yourself, there's a but. As a woman, there's a but with you, okay? You gotta think about yourself. Am I all the way perfect? If a man got with me, am I all the way perfect? Do I have a but? Mhm. It doesn't mean you should settle. That's not what I'm saying. But I think everyone comes with a but. And you got to ask yourself when I'm out in a dating, what is my but? He's short. He doesn't like to go out. He's introverted. He's not that attractive. You have to think of your butt. Nobody can check every single box. Yeah, nine. Nobody can check every single box. Nobody. Nobody. Because I look at some of the most beautiful women in Hollywood. I mean, beautiful. I mean, they got every facial treatment, every Botox, filler, best body chefs, best physical trainers. They look 20, they are 20, they're 25, they're 35, they're 40, they're millions and billionaires, and they are single. Okay? They are single, and they have access to the best of men. The best. They're in the rooms, and they are single. And it doesn't mean you should lower your standard. But I think you do have to take a butt. I think you have to take a butt. They're perfect tens. Perfect tens. Tens, tens, tens across the board. Okay? Tens. Tens. No makeup, no wigs, no hair pieces, no lashes. They need nothing. They are a 10 and still single. Okay? Someone said I used to live in that delusion like I was perfect, but I'm learning otherwise. Yeah, no one is perfect. And I think women, sometimes we got to just be a little bit more accountable. Am I putting my best foot forward? Am I being the best version of me? Am I being the best version of myself? So if you want the best, you also got to be the best. That's how I feel about it too. If you want the best, you also have to be the best to be in the race. Am I taking care of myself physically, mentally, and spiritually? Am I doing all the things so I can be in a race? And I know a lot of women, we like to live in this fairy tale world where we believe we don't have to compete. You do. I know, you grow up and your grandmother and your mother tells you you're the most beautiful woman in the world. And I'm not saying you are not. But when you get out into the world and you realize that the world may think differently, that you have to show up and be certain way and carry yourself certain way and do certain things to even be in a race. That's how it is. And I'm not saying you have to change for a man or be different for a man. But if what you want is what everybody else wants, then you have to compete. If what you want is what everybody else wants, then you have to compete. Yes, I think Ashley was talking talking about butts as in however's. Yes, real world advice. Yes, real world advice, Ash. Yes. But the thing is, if you don't want what everybody else wants, then you don't have to live to that standard, if that makes sense. You can, decide not to date this person, he or she, whatever you deem the best of the best. That's all that I'm saying. I want you to be honest with yourself. That's it. I think your dating pool is exactly what you are attracting right now. So if you're sitting here telling me you want a six-figure person, you want a guy who has money, you want a guy who's tall, dark, and handsome, my question to you is, are you attracting that type of man right now in your life, day to day? You going to the store, you going to the Home Depot, you going to the restaurants, the bar. Are you attracting that very man that are you writing out on a list? right now? Are you attracting him day to day? I'm just saying, when you do go out, when you do go places, you have to think about, what is my dating reality right now? What is my dating reality? Not the one that I created on a piece of paper in my iPhone notes. What is the reality in the real world? What am I attracting? That's what I want you to think about. And that makes things a whole lot easier. What type of guys do I attract? What do they look like? What type of jobs do I have? That gives you a great sense, of the energy you're putting out, how you're showing up. It doesn't mean you're not amazing. It doesn't mean you're not gorgeous. It doesn't mean you're not beautiful. But that is your dating reality. I have friends, I have cousins who only get basketball players, actors, and basketball players, actors, and rappers in her DMs. I get girls who get, regular 9 to 5s in their DMs. That is the reality. That's how you have to think about it. That is the reality of the situation. What are you attracting? Okay. And not saying you want those actors, ballers, right? I'm not saying you want that. But what are you attracting? Okay. Let's bring up the next
So me and my homegirls, we were at this bar and we were sitting in the bathroom in line. A lady comes up. She looks a little bit older than us. Well, much older than us. But she said her friend she's having an engagement party like at the bar, and she don't think her friend is a good match for him. She said that she thinks he's settling, and she was asking us, what should she do? We was like, tell her, but not like right now. What would you do?
Is it your friend?
No. I'm only 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her friend was you guys were all at the bar. She was behind you. Her friend is getting married, but they were at the engagement party at that specific party. But she doesn't like the guy.
No, she doesn't like him. She thinks her friend is settling. We were like, won't you, like, don't tell her right now, but like, won't y'all go out to brunch or something, and then y'all talk then?
But is her friend happy? Is her friend happy?
That's what we asked. She was like, it just seems like she's not settling. I was like, how long did you know the guy for?
I'm just asking, is her friend happy? Like, period.
I don't know.
If her friend is happy, I don't think it's her business whether he's good enough or not good enough.
Right. And that's what one of my homegirls was saying. We were like, not debating about, but we were talking about it in the car. We were like, I mean, but if she's happy, but at the same time, it's just like, how does she know like their personal life? So it's quite interesting.
That's like really that's a little hard, because I get it. That's your friend. You care about her. And maybe she feels like she's settling. In that situation, I'm like, well, if he's not putting his hands on her, not emotionally or physically abusing her, he does, the basics, and she's happy, I can't tell you not to be with a person, because he may not be a millionaire, if that's what she's saying.
Right. I just wish we had more context. She was like a stranger, and she was like a different nationality too. So it was quite interesting for her to like just to ask that.
Where was she from? Like, what country?
I don't know. She was Caucasian. And we were in DC. So we were a group of black girls, and there was a bunch of white people in the bar. She just was wondering maybe, but she seemed very concerned when she asked us. Oh, no.
No, yeah, that seems like a bad time. Your friend is celebrating and happy, everyone's drinking and...
Right. That's why we was like, when we were in the car, we was like, Dad, that can really hurt somebody's feelings. Like, I was like, say if one of my friends were to tell me something like that, I would be like, dang, like, first off, like, why you ain't tell me? Or like, why you let this get so far?
I think I would be so upset with my friend if she told me during that moment. Like,
oh yeah, because it's like you're trying to ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to ruin my moment. Like, you could have told me this the other day. You wait till the day of. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair. Again, our friends are grown and they are allowed to make adult decisions. If my friend is not getting beat or beaten on emotionally or physically, she's happy and her kids are not in jeopardy. Her life is not, her family. And why is it my business? I'm talking about settling. Okay. And if you're focused on them, that also tells me you're single or you're not happy or you're miserable. That's what that says to me. Like, you should be celebrating your friend. If she's not in harm's way and the only thing you're thinking is he don't make enough money, if she's happy in the 2023 world, let her be happy. Okay. because people are out here so miserable. Like, why would your friend do that? The moment that you're getting married or engaged to, you're going to come and ruin that moment for me? You're not a good friend. You're not a good friend. It's giving a little jealous. Like, yeah, jealousy. Yeah, it's giving jealous. And that's nobody I would want around me when I'm married. That would be no one I would want around me at all. Okay? If the only thing you're saying is he's not a millionaire, I guess, you know. Yeah, if that was the case when they were dating, I think she should have told her in the dating phase, hey, friend, you know, I know you've been dating this guy for 3 months. I don't know. Maybe you should check out Tom or Bill. But to wait after all of this time, maybe it's been a year, he puts a ring on it, and now you tell me? That's not fair. And then with no concrete real issue, right, Nye? That's what I'm saying. She would have said it in the bathroom, like, he hits her. You know, when people are drunk, they'll tell you, he hits her. He put his hand on her the other day. I didn't like that. Okay, in that situation, yes. But you're just saying he's not good enough for you. For you. Okay? And there's girls still out here trying to find good enough. Okay?